Today, we're diving into a text that asks some of the biggest questions imaginable. What is an infinite God really like? How can a being like that even interact with a finite universe like ours? And, what's the whole point of it all? Well, according to this source, the answers all weave together into one single epic story. So here's the plan. We're going to start with the truly mind-bending idea of God's infinite nature, and then we'll see how that creates a huge paradox. From there, we'll explore a kind of temporary solution the text describes, and finally see how it all leads to the ultimate role of the Son. Okay, so first things first. We have to try and wrap our heads around the sheer scale of God that this text is talking about. This is the bedrock for everything else that follows. To get us started, the source uses this incredibly powerful image from Isaiah. And get this, the point isn't just that God is big, it's that all of creation, every single nation, every star in the sky, is like a tiny drop of water in a bucket by comparison. The difference in scale is just staggering. And here's where you can really see that divide laid out, side by side. You've got the Creator on one side, infinite, eternal, completely unchanging. And on the other side, you have creation. It's finite, it's temporary, and, as the text puts it, it's destined to wear out like clothing. But it goes even deeper than that. The text argues God isn't just physically huge. His very existence is on a whole other level. He fills all of space, but he isn't trapped by it. He experiences our entire timeline, past, present, and future, all at once. I mean, we can barely get our minds around the concept of infinity, and this source is saying God is something, well, beyond even that. Okay, so this incredible, almost unimaginable scale, well, it creates a huge problem. A paradox, really. If God is so fundamentally different from us, how could we ever have a real connection with him? And the source points to this really stark warning from Exodus that cuts right to the heart of it. There's a fatal barrier. The raw, unfiltered presence of the infinite creator is just too much. A finite creature simply can't withstand it. And that is the central puzzle this whole text is trying to solve. Think about it. For a relationship based on real love and free will, a creature has to know its creator. But to directly see that creator means being destroyed. It's a cosmic catch-22. So how do you solve an impossible problem like that? So that's the big question on the table, right? How does the divine solve a problem that seems to be built into the very fabric of reality? Well, the text proposes a really fascinating multi-step answer. Now, before we get to the final answer, the source talks about an initial system that God put in place inside creation. You can think of it as a kind of divine interface. And it's important, when you see throne, don't picture a literal piece of furniture. It's more like a symbolic headquarters. It's the designated command center for divine authority, a point of order and government within the universe he made. So if the throne is the command center, the name is the communication line. It's the official channel, the proxy, that allows God's power to be exercised and allows creatures to approach his authority without being consumed. It's an absolutely necessary buffer. Okay, and this is fascinating. The text points to a very specific but really important change in language in the scriptures. Before the Son came in person, you see this phrase, the angel of the Lord, a figure who sometimes speaks as if he is God. But afterwards, that term gets replaced with an angel of the Lord, a messenger sent by God. That little distinction, it's critical. So that change in language is a huge signal. It's telling us that the old system of proxies and representatives, well, it was always meant to be temporary. The text argues that the ultimate solution to the paradox wasn't to send another representative. It was for the infinite to become finite himself. So you might be asking, what's the point of all this? The throne, the name, the incarnation, what's it all for? Well, according to this text, it all funnels down to the specific purpose and role of the Son. And this verse from Hebrews, the source, says is the key to the whole thing. The Son isn't just part of the plan, he's the reason for the plan. Creation was made through him for the specific purpose of him one day becoming its designated inheritor. And we're not just talking about owning stuff here. This inheritance is about function, about authority. It's a cosmic job description. He's given the highest name, the absolute right to judge, and the final ultimate task, to bring all of creation to its perfect intended destination. So the source lays out this incredible 3-act finale for all of history. First, the Son acts like a center of gravity, pulling everything in creation together and unifying it. Second, through the cross, he cleanses it, purging sin and making it perfect. And third, he then presents this new, perfected creation back to the Father. And this is the end game. Once the Son has finished his work, once everything is unified and made perfect, he voluntarily hands it all back, including himself, to the Father. And the whole purpose is so that God, the original source of everything, can finally be all, in a state of perfect, unbroken harmony with his creation. So when you pull back and look at the whole picture, this entire cosmic drama, from the problem of infinity to the work of the Son, is all one big story about restoration. It's about bridging an impossible gap to bring creation home to its intended, perfect conclusion. So this text takes us on an amazing journey from the edge of infinity to a very specific cosmic purpose. And it leaves us right here with a final, profound question to really chew on. What does it truly mean for a creator to be all in all? Thanks for joining me.